Hey, it's Oldwood here, back working on the Raptor. I got half my parts in, so let me show you what I got. So it's a cold, chilly day here in Houston before Christmas. I doubt we'll have a white Christmas, but it's plenty cold, so I'm locked myself in the garage. Looks like I picked up a Christmas decoration sticker on my tire. But anyway, so I ended up with one half of what I needed. I've got the passenger side here, and the one that was arcing was this front driver's side. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace the 4 on the passenger side while I wait for the other 4 to come in from Cincinnati or wherever they're coming in for them. First thing we're gonna do is take off this air plenum, get rid of all that at intake so I can get to those, and then I think it'll be pretty simple. So the first thing you have to do is to get this electrical connection for the mass airflow sensor and get that taken off so you can remove the intake assembly here where the air filter, and then there's this big plenum, this big plastic plenum that says 6.2 liter on it. So there's 2 clamps on the front on that hose, and there's 1 clamp on the back side of this box. It has to come off, and then the 2 bolts right on the front, and then it'll simply just wiggle it and it comes off that back connection to that intake. So here I'm taking a look at the top of the engine, and I decided it's got a lot of dirt and stuff on it, so I actually mask off the intake there, and I blew it off with my air blower, trying to get the leaves and the dirt out off the engine. And while I was doing that, the battery went dead on my camera. So that is all 4 coils on each side. And the funny thing is with the coils are they're not universal, so you have to buy the driver's side coils and the passenger side coils, because the way they did this bolt and the way these come off, they're not the same anyway. So you got to buy 2 sets. All I had got in today was the passenger side. I'm gonna do all those. I'm gonna come back and do all these driver sides. So these coils are really easy to take out. You just loosen 1 bolt and you wiggle them a little bit and they will lift right out and leave the spark plug way down in the engine there. You can take a look at spark plugs if you wish and change them out. I did mine about 40,000 miles ago, so I'm pretty sure they're still okay. Actually, the hardest part about working on these are the little red clips that you have to snap out before you can depress the detent to pull the electrical connection off each coil. That little red clip, the older your truck gets, will get brittle and it's going to break if it doesn't just snap completely off, which I had that problem on just about every one of these. But other than that, it's really simple to pull everything apart and get it out. The last 2 back under the firewall are a little tougher because you do have to pull them out and kind of bend them around and get them out of the hole, because they will hit the firewall of the pickup. And the older I get, the more working on a car hurts. So I lay a blanket across the radiator so I can lay across the radiator in the top of the engine to reach back under that firewall and get the very last one on the passenger side. Once you break that nut loose, the bolt loose that holds this coil on, you can unscrew it with your fingers. So that's a nice thing. You don't have to fight with it all the way out. So here you can see I've switched sides. I've got the whole passenger side put back in, and I'm going to start working on the driver's side. Now, the first thing I did is I snapped that little red retainer, not even a retainer. It's actually the red retainer safety clip, and I popped it right off and broke it, and it went flying down into the frame. I had to go looking for it. Well, I broke that off, the red keeper right there, and it fell down in the engine down there somewhere. So we're gonna go on a exploratory search, see if we can't find it before we get started on the rest of these. Okay, I found it. It's back up underneath there on the skid plate below the differential. So I'll have to get something and get that out of there. So now that the missing piece has been found and back in action so I can replace it when I put it back together, I just went to work on getting all the other ones loose. The keepers loose and the electrical connections loose and the spark plug wires loose before I start pulling the bolts so I can get these coils off of the top of the motor. And now I'm not sure if this is just a Texas thing, but on the very back coil, a dirt dauber had built a nest on top of the coil that I had to break loose. So that was kind of an interesting thing. But I guess the older your truck gets, the more likely this happens. The keepers, as I worked my way back to the back, they just kept getting more and more brittle, and the very back one actually just fell apart when I tried to unclip it. I've got about 220,000 miles, and I had to get a tool in order to try to drag the the red retainer so I could get it out of there and press the detent to get the electrical connection off. So if you have a high mileage truck, get ready for something like that. But I was able to get it loose, get the electrical connections off, and the spark plug wires that run underneath the exhaust. There's two spark plugs for every cylinder on this truck. So the coil has one running underneath it. The other one's around underneath by the exhaust. So that's what the wires run to. But all that has to come loose. And then I broke the coil bolts loose and was able to pull these coils out and replace it with the new ones when they come in. Now, I will say this truck has 200,000+ miles on it, and these coils were not in great shape where they make connection. More on that here in a little bit. Okay, this is the coil that was bad, that was arcing against the block, the intake, whatever. I marked it so I know, and I know, okay, I can't do this one-handed. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna take this off down inside there. It's hard to see it. But down inside there, there's a spring, there's a little puck, and that's what goes bad on them, from what I understand. Now, so I got the boot off, the spring popped out. You can already see the dust on that, but yeah, there's the puck right there. That doesn't look all that bad. So I imagine the coil's still good, and I know you can buy this kit, but this thing is the real problem, but maybe the spring too. But anyway, you can buy the boot, that, and still use these coils. So I'm going to keep all these coils as backups and see how they do. I'll take another one apart and see how it looks. Okay, so this is one off the passenger side. It is hard to wrestle that off, but I got it. Oh, there's the spring. Yeah, I was mistaken. After a little bit of digging with a pick, I got it to fall out, and it's just dust too. Just not as bad as that other one, but they're probably all that way. Just that's why they needed to be replaced. Oh, I think Axel's telling me the DHL guy's here. Is there somebody here, huh? It's okay. It's okay. I'm waiting for them. They're parts. It's okay, Axel. It was the DHL person. Axel does not like delivery people. Okay, so new parts are here. I can carry on and put the new coils in the truck and be good. Well, now that I got my new parts in, it was pretty easy to go ahead and pull these old coils out and get the three front to back, three new coils replaced because I was already there. I did, however, run into a problem with the very back one, which always seems to be the problem. It's always the very back one, the hardest to get to. And that when I pulled it out, I saw a leaf fall down into the spark plug hole. Where did that go? Yeah, I got a leaf that fell down in there. So I tried vacuums with different adapters and little grabber sticks that I had in my toolbox to kind of reach down in there and get to it. And I never could get it to get that leaf out. It was kind of wedged down in there. Eventually I came up with a vacuum adapter made out of 3/4 inch PVC and a 90 that turned out, and it came out, it worked actually pretty good. So try that if you ever run into this problem. I don't know why this always happens on the hardest to reach whatever you're trying to do, hole, screw, coil, bolt. It's always the hardest one that you have the problems with, but I actually got it out. And then it was just a matter of laying that coil, wiggling that coil around to get it down in there, get it seated on the spark plug, and then get the bolts all back in place and tightened up. And I went around and I checked everything, all the bolts, made sure all my connections were correct, put the little red snap retainers back in there, got the spark plug wires hooked all back up, and was good to go, except for the intake, obviously. And replacing the intake is just the reverse of how you took it off. You wiggle it back in, you tighten down that back clamp so it's good. You put the front bolts in, then you connect the rest, the vacuum lines and the air intake with the air filter, and everything should work and fit up just fine. Just be careful with it, especially if it's older. Things have a tendency to want to break. But took me a little bit to get this part on the engine back in there right, because I had it pinched on the backside. So watch for that, but pretty straightforward and really quite simple. And I actually finished just in time for the wrecking crew to show up, and before I test started the engine. Who's here, Boaterman? You want to work on the truck with me? Mav's here too. What you doing, buddy? I'm working on the truck. You want to help? You don't need that. You don't need that rope, buddy. Not something you need. You can go out there and play jump rope? Yeah. Okay, I got to finish putting the truck back together, okay? And just like that, we replaced the coils in the pickup. It runs nice and smooth, no missing, no ticking, no sparks. So, hey, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope this helps you somewhere down the road. Don't forget to like and subscribe to future videos if you want to see more just information about all these old Ford Raptors. Appreciate you watching to the end. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.